Hi, my name is Jeff Schiller, and I love backyard living. And I thought it would be great to travel around London and see how other Londoners enjoy their backyard space. I hope you'll join us. Hey, Shan. Hey, great to see you.
Hey,
How are you, Shills?
Colin,
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
How you
Glad
been?
you guys could make it.
Oh, thanks for having us. Thanks
Yeah.
for having us.
What have we
again.
got on the egg?
Well, we're cooking some salmon tonight.
Oh, nice, nice. Tell me that you're doing it on the salt block that you always do.
Absolutely. There's
Yeah.
no other way to cook it. I know you and I like to compare recipes
love it.
sometimes. I cook mine on the Himalayan pink salt. What do you do with yours?
Well, actually, we like to use a salmon plank. That's what we're kind of big into now is a salmon plank. So
All right.
I prepare it and just kind of do a dry rub on top of it.
Dry rub?
And as long as you soak your plank and then you put it in on the egg, it's beautiful. I like to
Perfect.
blacken it a little bit too.
Perfect. Now, I've been to your backyard.
Yeah.
And it's kind of set up for the guys drinking some beers, having some cigars.
Yes,
and
it
we've
is.
never had salmon.
No. Salmon's not a guy's night thing,
No,
right?
no.
So actually, it's funny you say that because in 2 weeks on Friday, I'm going to have the guys over, and you're welcome to come. Probably just going to do the typical stuff. I do ribs. I pre-cook ribs, heat them up on the green egg, and then we'll probably do some wings and maybe throw on some pizzas.
Awesome. That's what I like about going to your place.
Yeah.
Sit around. Can I
Yeah.
bring the cigars?
Yeah. Can the wives come?
No. What's going on, man? I thought I was coming by to tell you we're not going to do anything tonight. It's too cold. You guys
Because
are.
it's cold? Are you kidding? This place is open all year round.
This place never
How are
stops,
you?
man. Doing
Yeah,
great.
I know. It's
Yeah.
good. It's
Hey,
good. How you been?
They're doing great, man. Thanks for the invite. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Man, the backyard looks fantastic.
Yeah, you
even at
like it?
night. Yeah.
It's getting there, eh?
So you're going to have to tell me what you got going on here.
Yeah, sure.
Go for a
So
walk
this
and take a look.
This is our space.
So you added all
I
this
built
stuff right
this.
here.
Yeah,
A couple
I
of
built-
matching sheds.
Yeah.
Got a dining area. You guys eat out here a lot with the family?
We do actually. This is a great spot. So, you know what? It gives us a little bit of protection here. We got some privacy.
Got the heater. You got some lights.
Yeah, absolutely.
You mentioned the sauna.
Yeah,
I got to
this is-
check out the sauna.
This was a selling point
This
for
is
me.
great.
I love saunas.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you'll see here, open up,
Oh,
and that's my
man,
little oasis.
This is perfect.
Yeah,
So
you know
this
what?
this was here.
This was here, yeah.
Yeah. And you added the other shed and put the dining area in between the two.
Yep.
Man, that looks fantastic.
Yeah, and you know what? It's great. Even on a night like tonight when it's a bit cool and stuff,
Yeah.
we can get in there and crank that up and then jump in the pool.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talking about the pool,
Yeah.
this is lit up. You got the
Yeah.
sitting area over here. This looks great.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, I tried to do as much as I could with the back here. That sometimes the kids just want to hang out here when Dad's watching TV or whatever. And
I see activity going on over here. Friday night, everybody trickles over. You
That's
got the
it.
game on TV.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you got some food.
yes,
You
and
gonna cook
that's-
something up for us tonight?
We're gonna cook some. Yeah, we're gonna.
Let's
cook some
do it,
good
man.
stuff
Let's
up.
go check
All right,
this
let's
out.
go.
This is perfect. Well, you said you got some food. You weren't kidding.
Yeah.
This is a setup in the backyard for sure.
Yeah, I love
so
it.
let's get to the food in a minute.
Sure.
I noticed the setup you got.
Well, this is new. A few months ago, we had a storm back here, and it tore down our fence. I was feeling handy when we ripped down the old fence. I trimmed this down. I built this from scratch.
With the fence with the
scratch.
wood from the fence.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. So what are we going to start with? I'm going to guess chicken wings.
Yeah, we had chicken wings. So I pre-cooked these ones a little bit because I knew the guys were coming. I cooked these up for about an hour and a bit on the egg.
I see seasoning on there, so they're not just chicken wings.
No, these aren't just chicken wings. So what I did on this one here was I mixed a couple cans of beer with some cilantro, some olive oil, some fresh ground pepper, and some lime. Yeah, so I soaked those overnight. And I just find that the cilantro and the beer and the lime and the acid in the lime just really pulls the flavor into it. So
Nice,
And then so I cook them on here, about 325, indirect heat.
You put any
But
barbecue
the
sauce
barbecue
on it?
sauce is going to go on after. I'm not great at making my own barbecue sauce. So
But I'm guessing you do something different. You're not just taking
I don't just do
barbecue sauce and dumping it on there.
So I like to mix everything. So I take 3 different kinds of barbecue sauce. And I always add sriracha. I love sriracha sauce. So I throw that on there. I always throw a little bit of whiskey in there.
So is it precise? Are you going to put in exactly 1/2 a
Yeah, no,
tablespoon?
everything's really precise.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you can see here.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
So
really
that's
precise.
roughly a precise amount.
Okay, so then all I'm going to do is I'm going to toss these. Just pour it on there, nice and liberal.
It looks like we could dig in and eat those right now.
We could dig in and eat these right now. So here, you know what? You're the guest. Will you toss those for me? Will you toss
I get to do that. Is there a technique here?
Yeah, no, you're doing it. You're doing it. That's all you need. Now, I don't like making them really saucy.
Okay.
Because these guys are slobs, and then it ends up all over my furniture.
And then you got to clean it up.
Yeah, I got to clean it up, right? So
okay, so what are we doing?
It's not about flavor.
So we've got the barbecue sitting on close to 400 degrees right now.
Yeah, so I like to bring it up in temperature when I'm just finishing them off, and I do the same thing with the ribs. We just dump them on. And so all we're doing there is we're going to caramelize what's on the outside, right?
So
I mean,
they're pretty much cooked. We're just
cooked,
heating them up, getting the barbecue sauce to caramelize on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. That looks incredible.
Yes.
Okay, so we got the wings on. They look great. They're going to sit on here for a little while. They're going to get happy. They're going to caramelize. You mentioned nachos.
Yeah.
Let's talk about nachos.
Yeah, I love my nachos.
So what do we need to do for the nachos?
So I do nachos a little different, and I make I usually do them with chili because I love putting chili on nachos. And what I do is I throw a top sirloin on top.
So
of
this
it.
is going on the nachos.
Just to make it a little different, right?
All right. So what do we have to do?
Why
for
wouldn't
this?
we, right? So what we're gonna do here? Can you pass me the olive oil? And I've got a special rub that I'm gonna just sprinkle on.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So this is my concoction, and I like to make some different spices up, but this is mainly paprika, some oregano in here, some garlic, onion, and pepper.
Sounds wonderful.
Right?
Let's get her
And
done.
sea salt in there. So
All right.
what I like to do is take the sirloin and just kind of put a little bit of olive oil on it. And now, would you like to do the honors of rubbing the meat?
Okay.
Would you like to do that?
So I'm going to get
All
the.
right, you're gonna get.
I
I cook all the time, Schiller.
Okay. And now I'm going to season it up.
And you know what? Flip it over.
All right. Flip it over.
Yeah, I like to do
All
both
right.
sides here.
Okay,
Just rub it a
perfect.
little more.
All right.
Just
Yep.
There we
Get
go.
a little olive oil going here.
Okay, now.
All right.
I'll throw some of this on.
All right.
And like I said, so this is just going to give it a little bit of flavor, but I'm going to show you what we're going to cook it on. It's a little bit different.
And I'll pat this in.
Yes, absolutely, and throw it over.
All right.
Normally I would put it on the egg, but I've got another method over here. So if you come over to the barbecue, that's a lava stone. And so I've heated that up, and I've got it up to about 500 degrees. So
Nice.
we're just going to let it sear on that.
So you want me to
just
put this
throw
right
it-
on- right
throw
on
it
the
right
lava
on there,
stone.
yeah.
All right.
That's absolutely.
Oh, very nice.
And you can hear that.
Very nice.
And we're just going to let that get nice and
Okay.
seared and probably a couple minutes on this side. We'll flip it.
Flip it.
I want to
All right.
cook it rare because we're going to throw it on the green egg on top of the nachos.
On top of the nachos, on top of the
And
chili.
that's it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll just close this up.
The crowd's getting
Here
restless.
we go.
The crowd's getting
yeah,
restless.
they're hungry, right?
Are
so
they
this
done?
is Dave, and Dave is our resident expert. He can tell me if the spices are just right. And what are you thinking? Are they done?
Not yet.
No?
Not yet? Need a couple-
Let's take a look.
Have a peek there and see.
Oh, these are. Oh, they're ready.
Are
They're
they
ready.
good? Ah,
All right, let's serve
they
them up.
pass. They pass.
Let's
They
serve
pass
them up.
for Dave. Let's go.
So we got these hot
Tomatoes.
peppers over here.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
So what I'm thinking is
Grab those and-
we don't tell anybody,
Yeah, throw those on there. Just don't rub your eyes.
and we hide them in the middle there.
Yes. So now what we're going to do over here is we're going to prepare our nachos. So
All right.
I got some stuff already cut up. I grew these in the garden. Actually, everything here is from my garden.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. These ones are really hot. I don't like to touch them usually. So I'm gonna chop some up just quick here. I want to take these and we're going to put them on a certain section that you and I might not even eat because they're that hot.
They're
right?
that hot. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what do we start with? I'm
So-
gonna guess nacho chips.
Yeah, nacho chips. So, and I'll get you to give me a hand just spreading them out.
All right. Let me get the steak.
Yes. Yeah, Schiller, there. That steak's done.
All right. All right. That steak looks great. It's rare. What are we gonna
Yeah.
do? You're gonna slice that up?
Yeah, so I like to slice it, and then
All right.
and we're gonna lay it on top of the nachos, right?
Perfect, perfect.
So this is the final thing. So let's just chop this up here.
And again, you went with rare because it's gonna finish cooking on the.
It's gonna finish on there.
On the
Yeah,
barbecue.
yeah.
Perfect. All right. Slice
Okay.
away. That's gonna be a lot. So you're putting chili on the nachos. You're
Yeah.
putting all the tomatoes and everything on there. So this is nachos above and
Oh
beyond.
yeah. Right, and you have to with these guys, right? You know, so I save the steak till last, right? Because you want a little bit of presentation too.
Right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw one layer. We got one layer of chips there, and we'll throw some cheese, some onions, some peppers, tomatoes, and that.
And
some
another layer
chili
of chips.
and chili. And then we're gonna do another layer of chips. We'll do the same thing again, and then we're gonna lay all this meat right over it. So right here, I have some chili, and I made this chili this afternoon.
And you cook that on the egg as well.
Cook
You
it on
got
the egg. Yep. Yep, and really, I mean, this is everything's just in this nice cast iron pot, right? So it just festers.
Everything
and,
outside, everything in the outdoor kitchen.
Now I'm going to tell you my secret again. Is there a theme so far to my secret? So a little bit of bourbon, and then I add a whole can of dark beer. So you can use whatever you want.
So you've got some whiskey, some bourbon,
Yeah.
and some beer.
Yeah.
Isn't that a song? So we're gonna layer the chili on now.
Yep.
All right.
So we'll layer that on, and you know you got to get your hands dirty here, right? So I just like to get a little bit of everything. Now in this chili, I've got some chickpeas.
I
don't
see
do
that.
kidney
You've got
beans.
A lot of stuff. Why not?
Yeah, I don't do kidney beans. I just don't like them.
Oh, okay.
So you know what? If I don't like them, I don't subject my friends to them, right?
It's your chili, man.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about.
So what
kidney
else
beans.
you
So
want?
I use
on it?
black beans.
Can I help out?
Yeah. Yeah. Please throw some cheese on there as much as you like.
So we got these
And
hot
tomatoes.
peppers over here.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
what I'm thinking is we
Grab
don't
those and-
we don't tell anybody,
Yeah. Throw those on there. Just don't rub your eyes.
and we hide them in the middle layer.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's all.
All right. Perfect.
All right. So now we'll grab some more chips here. Was that enough cheese? You think that's good?
What's more?
Yeah. Why wouldn't we, right? Because as you
Alright.
can see, these guys are going to devour these, right? So
this-
we want to make
this
them
is
nice and messy.
All right. So more chili now.
More chili. Let's get this over here. More chili. Actually, you know what? Let's put cheese on first
All right.
while I'm doing this.
You can never have too much cheese.
No.
This is Friday night.
This is a
This
Friday
is Friday
night.
night hockey game
Yeah.
nachos, if there
Yeah.
ever was such a thing.
Absolutely. So again, more chili on top. And if you can maybe throw some of those vegetables on while I'm doing this. You can't screw up nachos, eh?
No, you can't.
Especially if you
I'm
put them on a
guessing-
green
I'm
egg.
guessing for this crowd, you can't really
No,
screw too
no.
much up.
If you look at this steak, I mean, what's better than that, right? So this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna grab some of this. Do a,
Look, you
I
can
could
tell
do
it's
a
a
weave.
barbecue crowd here. Oh, that
And
looks
this is
incredible.
really it, man.
Yeah.
Steak now, eh?
Yeah. Why don't you try a piece
Dig
of
in,
that steak?
dig in.
Bad boy.
Yeah.
And there we go. So now what
So,
we have here
we're gonna cook this.
is this is gonna
No
be
more,
our,
no more,
no more.
no
This
more
is our
fixins.
finished product. We got like 6 pounds here. So now we'll just throw those right on the egg.
Oh, look at that.
close
That
the
is
egg for
incredible. So close it up, and we're gonna give it what? 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
What can I
Right?
do?
This is from the
I'll be the sous chef.
yeah.
Want me to drizzle
just
that on
some
there?
on there. Okay. And I won't ask you to rub this meat because my hands are already dirty.
You're
so-
already there. So.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so how do we know? They've been on for a few minutes. How do we know when they're done? What are we
Yeah.
looking for?
Well, you
Cheese
just-
is melting.
Cheese is melted. We're a little bit brown, and yeah, now the steak is done perfectly.
Looks
I
good to
think
me.
they're good. So,
So,
I will take
I think
them
the
off.
animals are still hungry over here.
Yeah, they are.
So these are heat-proof gloves. You're just going to get in there and grab
Yeah.
them, and good to go. Those look great, sizzling away. We got the hot peppers hidden in there, so don't
Yeah,
say
they're hidden.
anything.
Don't say anything of those guys. All right, let's just see. All right, here we go. All right, guys.
Well, they made short work of those nachos.
Yeah,
And the wings.
yeah.
So
Did
now
you like them?
I did. They were fantastic.
Now, what do you think about putting the steak on top?
I did it.
awesome,
I did.
man.
I've never done that before.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so that was the trick for
good.
sure. So then you mentioned ribs.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. Everybody's
Yeah.
got their own rib recipe. I could line up all these guys here. They're all barbecuers. Everybody's got a different way of doing ribs. So what do you have going on?
So, like I said before, what I like to do is I like to have some pre-cooked, and I'll cook them on the egg, low and slow, for 3 hours, and then I
What's
tent
low?
them.
When you say low, what temperature do you go with?
In around 250.
250?
Yeah,
Okay.
225, 250.
For 3 hours?
For 3 hours, and then I just I'll put a dry rub on them first.
Right.
And I like to stand them up, and that just melts the fat right off.
Okay.
It just gets the flavor in there, while I'm doing that, I usually throw some applewood in, again soaked in
Get over
bourbon.
the smoke.
Yeah,
Of course.
why wouldn't you,
Gotta
right?
have the bourbon in
Why
there,
wouldn't
right?
you?
Yep.
So yeah, smoke them up a bit, and then take them off, let them cool down, and then I wrap them in tin foil, pour a little juice on them. You can put whatever kind of juice you like, apple juice,
Something citrus,
beer.
something beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you like.
Yep.
So, and then actually one thing that I did on these ones, I used Dr. Pepper.
Ah, okay.
So,
All right. Ribs, everybody relax. We got more food coming. We got more food coming.
So what we so then what I do is I throw them in the freezer.
Okay.
Bring them down to room temperature, throw them in the freezer, and I keep them for occasions like this when the guys.
So
come
now we're
over.
just gonna bust them
So
open.
now, yeah,
We're
I've
gonna sauce 'em
defrosted
up.
these.
All right.
Okay.
And they're going right on the egg?
And they're gonna go
All
right on the
let me
egg.
get that opened up for you.
And I'll just show you. So when you grab them, I mean they're pre-cooked, they're smoked. I mean they're
And
awesome.
we've already got the
right?
chips on here, so you're gonna add a little more smoke to them at this point.
Yeah. Perfect. So now, what we'll do here, I think right now we'll have to do these in a couple
right.
of sections
Okay.
here. So
And then what are we gonna do? We're
Okay.
gonna brush some sauce on them.
brush them up.
All right.
Yeah, if you can do that for me.
And what's in the sauce here?
Oh, wait, we forgot the secret.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. So this is
Is this different than the wings?
yeah, a little bit different
Okay.
because it's a different bottle.
Okay. so 3 barbecue sauces.
Yep.
Whatever you're happy with, mix them up together.
Yep.
Add a little bit of the
Yep.
little bit of rum or a
this
little
is the goodness right
okay.
here. Yeah, this is goodness. Just
And
you know,
exactly that amount.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very technical here.
All right. I'll mix that in.
So
I'll
mix
just
that
start
up.
brushing them on the ribs. Slathered on pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. I
And
gotta ask.
I'll just
'cause
move these for
again,
now.
everybody's got their own way of doing their
Yeah,
ribs, right?
absolutely.
So you move in on somebody, you move in on somebody's barbecue, you gotta get permission.
Oh no.
So
My
you-
barbecue is your barbecue, my friend.
So you got a crowd of barbecuers here. So
Yeah.
you've made them happy so far with the
Well,
wings.
I tell you, these are the guys that got me into the green egg.
Yeah.
And so when they come here, there's a bit of a standard that they set, right?
Yeah.
So I have to match it
And a
then
little bit of
try and one-up
competitive
it.
nature, right? Everybody's
Absolutely.
got to take it up a
Yeah.
notch, and so
Yeah.
and so I think the nachos would be your thing.
Yes.
The wings were awesome.
Yes.
And now we're going to test the ribs because
ribs.
again, I think everybody's got a rib recipe.
Yeah.
Again, we could line up all these guys. Everybody's going to say, "Your way's wrong, my way's
Yep.
right." Got enough
There's
sauce on there?
There's no wrong way.
Nope.
That's enough for now. We'll close it up.
All right.
And again, we have the indirect heat going there.
Okay.
I'm just going to close this up a bit.
And what does that do? So when you
So-
close that up, what are you doing?
We're just damping the air. So the premise of the green egg is the airflow that goes through, right? So you open up the vents, you get a lot of airflow, you get higher heat. So what we're going to do here is close it up. I'm going to try and bring it down to about 300.
Okay.
Again, I don't want to scorch the sauce.
Right.
And the whole purpose here is that we're just going to let it go for maybe an hour. Maybe not an hour by the time these guys get onto it, but just to heat up the sauce, heat up the meat, heat up the bones again, because again, they were frozen, right?
Get 'em
So
all
they were
happy,
room
right?
temperature
Yeah.
now, but we want to get them all happy, right?
Perfect, okay.
So they will be fall off the bone.
So while they're cooking,
yeah,
if you don't mind, we brought some ribs out.
Yeah,
let's
do it.
talk a little bit about how
Let's
you
do it.
prep these. So
absolutely.
let me give you this. Let's see a little bit of the background. Let's see how you made these happy.
Okay, so just a rack of back ribs here. And once again, you want to make sure your hands are clean before and after. So this is that silver skin. You have to remove this, right?
Why?
Well, because it tightens up the meat, and you can't really, it's not really an edible part of it, right? It
So when you get ribs somewhere, they're tough. You can't really pull them apart because somebody didn't remove
someone didn't
those.
remove that, right? So,
Right.
so now I like to go left, right to left. So you just want to loosen it up a bit here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get some paper towel once I get this broken up here. And just kind of like filleting a fish there just to get started, right? And then I use the paper towel because that keeps your hands from slipping,
Okay.
right? And there we go. And you'll see that just
perfect.
rips right off in one.
Nicely done. So I've seen guys struggle with that. They try to
Yeah.
peel it off. So the napkin helps, the,
napkin
paper
helps.
towel, your hands
Getting-
didn't slip off.
Yeah, getting it opened up.
Getting it started right here?
Right at the
Okay.
start. So now, if you can grab the olive oil.
What can I do?
This is from the.
I'll be the sous chef.
Yeah,
Want me to drizzle
just
that
drizzle
on
some
there?
on there. Okay. And I won't ask you to rub this meat because my hands are already
You're
dirty.
already there, so.
Yeah, right. Okay, we just get that all nice and happy with the olive oil. All right. I do back and front.
A little more, or are you good?
No, it's good.
You good?
It's good.
All right.
It's good.
So now
Okay.
you've got a rub. I'm gonna guess
Yeah.
a guy like you make
Yep.
your own rub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, here's the rub here. So.
Can you share the secret? What's in here generally, or
Yeah. Well,
just
there's no
top secret?
whiskey in this rub.
No whiskey in this one. Okay.
Not yet. So what I did here was, I mixed a little bit of paprika. That's the mainstay
That's
for
the
this
go-to
sort of
in
thing.
all
I
of
love
them,
that
yep.
one. Yeah. And then some in here. I've got some dry onions. I've got some garlic, oregano, and some crushed pepper.
Perfect. And
And-
you're gonna lay this on pretty thick?
Yeah. I mean, just liberal. All right, yeah.
You want me
If
to
you
dump
could
it
do
on
that
there for
me,
you?
just dump
All
it
right.
on. I'll just
All
rub
right,
it in.
Okay.
And the trick here is I don't do this at the time that I'm going to cook. So I just rub that in even more Yeah,
Even more.
more
All right,
liberal.
Get crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah, I go nuts. Here we go. Get some in there.
Don't miss anything.
And then I just rub it in, okay, and massage that in there. And then the stuff that's all fallen here, we get it back. There we go.
And you want some
We'll do
more
the same on the
back?
back.
All right.
And I like to use it all. Just rub that in.
Some on the edges.
And some on the edges here. So like I said, now the trick is to do this the day before.
All right.
And what I like to do is then I'll grab the knife. Yeah, just dump it all on there.
Dump it all on.
Yep.
All right. Can't put too
Absolutely.
much.
Can't put too much on there.
All right. Load it up.
Yep. There we go. And then you just pack it. And what I like to do is find the midpoint there. And then just chop her
All right.
in half. And there we go. And now you got an exposed side there,
Okay.
so why
and then
wouldn't
you're going to
you?
wrap this in foil,
Yeah.
and you're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight.
Yep.
And then tomorrow you take them out. You're going to cook them tomorrow.
And I cook them up.
What's next? What's the next steps from there?
So once I come out of the fridge, I'll get the green egg up to that 250, 225 mark,
Okay.
and I use a rack. Usually I'll use a rack. If I'm only cooking a couple of ribs,
Yeah.
I won't use a rack. I'll just lay them right on there.
Okay.
But the trick is to put them bone side down. All the fat melts off.
Okay.
Or if you've got a rack, you're going to stand them up and the fat will melt off. And cook them nice and low and slow. And my rule is always 3 hours.
3 hours.
You can't overcook on a green egg.
3 hours around 2 1/4.
Yep.
And then we're pulling them off. And what's next?
And then I pull them off. I wrap them up in tinfoil. Again, you can either tent them in a pan, raised in a pan, or you can just put them right in the tinfoil.
So a couple more hours.
Yeah,
What temperature are you doing the next 2 hours at?
I keep them the same. Yeah,
Same?
Yeah,
Okay.
because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put them inside the foil. And the ones that we're going to eat tonight, I used a little Dr. Pepper on. So
Okay.
I just like the flavor of it. And something I had in the
Perfect.
fridge, right?
All
so
right.
yeah, and that's
Good.
it.
And then in this case you freeze them, but if you're not,
Yeah.
you're just serving them right up.
We'll serve them up.
Awesome. Good stuff. So there's steam coming off of those. The barbecue
you can
sauce
see.
is nice and caramelized. So what do you think, Chef? Are we done?
I think we're
We
done.
ready to go? Serving them up?
Yeah,
Got a hungry crowd here.
let's get these guys out of here. I mean, let's get these
Yeah,
guys fed.
let's get them
You know
fed.
what I meant.
Yeah, because they didn't do very well with the nachos. So there's steam coming off of those. The barbecue
you can
sauce
see.
is nice and caramelized.
So
All
yeah,
right,
these
let's-
are ready to go.
Let's feed these
All
animals.
right, let's feed them. All right, boys, dig in.
Anyway, Colin, before we finish up, I got to ask you about the structure. It looks great. There's got to be a story here.
Yeah, there is. So when we moved in here, like I said earlier, it was a clean slate. There was really nothing in the backyard. So we wanted some shade, and these go up a lot quicker than a tree.
Yeah, it'll take a little while.
Yeah. So this is what you call a traditional timber frame structure.
So it's perfect. It extends the summer. It's
Yeah.
kind of chilly tonight, but you've got the heaters going.
Yeah.
Everything works out great.
Got the fire, heater, guys.
Ribs, can't ask for
Ribs,
much.
can't
Listen,
ask for much more.
thanks for inviting us into your backyard.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. Everything was great. Food was
Anytime.
great. Appreciate it. We'll look
Anytime,
forward to
buddy.
seeing you again.
Thank you.